Hi friends, it is a hot and humid Thriftmas in July, day 2 here in Maryland, where we're going into my Goodwill every single day for 12 days to see what goodies we can find. Now, if you watched yesterday, I had a really good opening day 1, which is always just fun to have, right? It would have been really boring to kick it off with finding nothing. And I found a bunch of clothes and I picked up some books. I picked up some Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew books. And as expected, I went home and immediately my daughter tried to claim them. So I still need to go in and do a bit more research on them, because if I'm not going to have a big profit on those, I might just let her keep them, right? She can read through them all and then I will sell them eventually. But TBD. So I'll keep you posted on the books and if I end up listing them or not. But today, we're going to go in and see if we can find just as many good things. Historically, in the past, when I have a really good day, it's usually followed by like a lesser good day of like I don't find very many items. But we're going to find out. We're going to get in the store because it is hot out here. And so let's go start shopping. I could not believe they had more shoe carts again like they did yesterday, so let's dive into them and see what we can find. Spoiler alert, if you can see, try to keep an eye on the price tags, because a pattern that you're going to see is these shoes were priced very, very high. Most of these Nikes that I pick up, oftentimes I would grab them, but they just had them priced way too high. It's also always a bit hard to go through these because you can't really see the ones on the bottom. It's kind of like digging through the bins, but you can't really throw stuff, on the other side of the bin like you can. I'm also trying to be gentle. I'm trying to be, cognizant of I'm not buying all of these and I don't want to scratch them against themselves and things like that. So it's also just obnoxious. While we're digging, if anyone could notice in the reflection, I walked in with another gentleman and he went straight to the cart right in front that had a bunch of like CDs and cassettes. I didn't ask him, but he's probably either a collector or a reseller, and I actually checked out right behind him and he had grabbed a handful or so of those. So hoping he found some good things. That's definitely out of my wheelhouse. So to be honest, I never even went back to that cart. Plus, if he was a reseller or a collector, I would expect that he got all the good ones, and I'm happy for that if he did. I'm digging through the last cart here, and I haven't picked any up yet, looking to see if these would be good for my son, but they had these priced at like $10, so again, still too high. Had thought about looking those up, but honestly, I just didn't. Well, that was a disappointing bust on the shoes because there really weren't any, and my gosh, they were pricey. But I see 1, 2, 3 new racks, so I'm gonna go through those and see if we can find anything there. First thing I stopped on was this Nua Tags Fenty bra, but for $8, even Nua Tags, I had to leave that one behind. Often their intimates is like $2, $3, $4, but I guess since it was Nua Tags, that's why they priced that one up. I say this quite a bit on my channel. If you ever see something fall or something come off the hanger, do not worry. I always go back and pick it up once I stop filming. I do film with one hand. I don't wear a camera. So sometimes I might keep going for the sake of the filming, but I always leave the store better than I found it. So things get picked up for sure. So please don't come for me in the comments, I promise. I did grab an Eileen Fisher. This is just a size small, but it is $5.99. I have a discount coupon if I find enough stuff that's worth using it on today, so I do grab this. So nothing on the other racks, unfortunately, and one of the racks was definitely still a sale leftover from yesterday because everything looked familiar. So we're just going to find a section, we're going to go through it and see what we can find, and check the put back rack because we hit there yesterday. This bag caught my eye. It is Badgley Mishka, but I have a hard time selling this brand oftentimes, and they had it priced up. It was a little bit worn inside, so I do end up leaving. You can see it's missing some of the sparkles. I didn't actually end up comping it, and oh, that's right. It wasn't priced up. It was missing its tag, so it was unlikely they were going to sell it to me. Maybe if I had taken another bag up that was the same price, but I was unlikely to find another bag that was going to be worth picking up, so I didn't even try, to be honest. These are intense. I don't know. Would these have been like a really good Y2K find? These are Michael Antonio. Did I miss something? Where's my Depop sellers? Should I have gotten those? Let me know down below. So on the put back rack, I did grab this really cute Nantucket, Massachusetts oversized comfy sweatshirt. It's Free People, which kind of surprised me, but this is super cute, super great for a cozy, you know, summer night or into fall, winter, and spring, of course. $5.99, and that's going to be another pickup. I did take a look at this pickleball bag because pickleball is all the rage. It was $10 though. There's some stuff inside, but I just didn't think that was super high quality. And I don't know. Pickleball players, I couldn't even find necessarily like a brand to look up. There's some like wiffle balls. This might have been a family player. Look at this Old Navy tag. I mean, I don't know what era that is, but I just had to find it. Oh yeah, also, if you saw my nails from the previous video, they kept coming off. They were press-ons, and so it was time to just clean them up. Stopping by the belts, I had a really good belt trip a couple months ago of a whole bunch of True Religion belts and an Affliction belt for anyone that saw that video. Most all of them have sold really well. I'm probably going to do a short or reel at some point soon. So keep an eye to see if I find any more, but no luck so far. Bontrager is like a cycling brand that I would maybe grab at like the bins, but it doesn't retail for a lot, so it doesn't resell for a lot, so I'm going to leave those behind. Headed down to see if there are any new carts out that we can look through. There are a few. I'm seeing some more books and stuff. Figured might as well see if there were any additional Nancy Drew or Hardy Boy books. I did go back yesterday to the back of the store with the books just to see if any had been put on the racks already, and I hadn't found any. Pete the Cat, my kids loved those growing up. This bird book actually looked really cool. I thought about that later, that maybe I should have scanned it on eBay, because these big like coffee table books I know sometimes can have good value. Or maybe I should have gotten it for my parents. They have a lot of bird feeders. We got them one of those like camera bird feeders. Little Blue Truck Honk Honk Beep Beep. We have the springtime book, the Christmas book, and the classic book. I thought about getting the Valentine's book, but I'd have to hold it for another year. And my son at that point will be almost 5, so I didn't know if he would have outgrown it or not yet. But we do love those books. Interesting artwork here. I do see that these are signed and numbered, which always means that they could have some value. I decided not to look them up because I knew that they were going to sit before I got them listed, because I wouldn't want to deal with shipping. So I didn't even want to know if they had some value. It was going to be harder for me to leave them behind. So I left them there for somebody else. Lots of fun games. Was thinking about if that would be good for my son, but I think he needs to get a bit older. Over in the men's pants, here was a pair of Everlane denim. I didn't grab them. I had a really good Thriftmas in July men's pants pickup one time in the series, if anyone remembers that. I found like some Taylor Stitch and some other good ones. So I keep hoping for that, but I haven't repeated that quite yet. Now I saw the button on this. It was Ariat, but this has clearly been taken in, and it looked like it was home done potentially. So gonna leave those behind. Another pair of J. McLaughlin. We picked up a pair yesterday. These I was happy to find at first because I thought the cream color would sell better, but it had just some faint staining on, and I'm really trying to be better about not bringing home projects. But if those had been in perfect condition, they absolutely would have come home with me. I'm not picking up Madewell here at all, unless for some reason it is like the best style and the best size, because Madewell denim is just so hard to sell these days. Paige I will pick up in certain sizes. Maybe I should have looked up these. Oh, there was some puckering in the front. I have sold the maternity ones pretty successfully, but that had quite a bit of puckering in the front. However, Paige, like skinny jeans, I am leaving behind, but some of the other Paige styles can still do really well. Those do retail for a lot. Just gonna put that back up on the rack when we get a chance. Cut from the cloth, I'm always looking for, the wide leg, flare leg styles. This looked interesting. I do go back and look that up, but I couldn't find much, if anything, about it. These Amazon brands are getting trickier to deal with now these days. At least like the Shein, Fashion Nova, I can like easily recognize, but man, the market is saturated with so many Amazon brands now. These are a pair of Bowden pants. They are an older tag and they look to be pretty faded. Democracy jeans I'm leaving behind. The Absolution ones were doing pretty well for a little while, but I have a couple in my store that just won't sell, so I'm not picking up any until I see some sales start coming through on those. I have found some really good jeans in this store before. My big one I found earlier this year was a pair of Nilly Lotan jeans, but fingers crossed. Here's a pair of Levi's, the premium style. They have the big E on the back, but these definitely had some staining and fading on them. So anytime you see this little red tag that has the big E, if it has the Levi's premium tag in the middle, inside waistband, that means they're the modern ones. If you can find the vintage ones with the big E, those are big money. But even the modern ones sell better than the normal Levi's these days. I probably would have listed those between like $35 and $45 if they had been in good condition. Definitely a Bolo brand to keep an eye out for. This is Tibby, and even though it's extra, extra small, it definitely looks to be oversized. I looked up the specific style here, and it retails for over $100, so I was happy to find this. I would have loved if it had been in a larger size, but size inclusivity goes both ways, so I want to make sure I'm stocking the smallest size all the way to the largest sizes in my closet so everybody can have a good shopping experience. And yes, I will wear it to work. I'll probably just wear it with like a black bodysuit underneath it. It's definitely sheer. I'm happy to report they brought a new rack out and I snagged a couple things there, and then I went through the women's blouses and I found a whole bunch of good things. So let me show you those. I also then just flipped through like the smalls in the other aisles and I didn't see anything. And I have to go get my kids. So we are going to wrap this up. Let me show you everything I just found. First up is just a little pajama set for my daughter. She is going to love these. She is obsessed with her cat, and her birthday's in the fall, so I'll give these to her. Then they feel like basically brand new condition. Next up, I could tell was cashmere when I grabbed it, even though this dry cleaning tag is giving me a run for my money here. I could see the word cashmere. I could feel it. But as you're going to see here in a second, I did find a substantial hole, so I had to put that back. But I did love the cable knit to it. Here is a Brooks Brothers like chore coat, a jacket that I comped it. They had it priced at $10.29. This I was going to list for like $50. We did buy it and bring it home, and then I realized the zipper is broken, so that's going to have to go back. Next is an Eileen Fisher. This is absolutely beautiful. It is a smaller size, but it is a higher end material, and this I think I'm listing for between $50 and $65. Fall is gonna be here before we know it. Oop, I got a little straggler there. And kind of in like July, that's when people start shopping for fall. So I'm getting my closet stocked up. This is just a little Intimately Free People blouse. This is a take it or leave it kind of bread and butter. I'm not going to make a ton on it, but yes, I will wear it a couple times. So it'll be worth it to me, and then we will get it sold. It's a good closet staple, wardrobe basic for somebody. Here is another J. Crew Liberty Linen fabric. I found one yesterday in day one, and here's another. So maybe donated by the same person. They had just been stuck in the back. This is like a cropped puff sleeve top. I love the print. And when there's one, there's often two. So I found another at Tibby. This is a really cool, like double collared artsy blouse. This is very on theme for them. They do a lot of cool artsy stuff, and so that is going to be a grab. Rails doesn't resell for as much as it used to, but this is a cashmere blend sweater. Star prints, constellation, galaxy stuff is always a really good selling print for me. So we do grab this, super cozy. I'll wear it to the office in summertime when the air conditioning is blasting. We love to see a bit of Max Mara. We got a designer pickup. Yes, it is basic, but it's still going to come home with me. Still going to sell great. It's got a little bit of contrast to the sleeves. It's like a satin puff sleeve and like a lightweight mesh top. Very interesting. This next one would be easy to miss if you're not familiar with it. This is St. James. This is like the L'Atelier line. But I picked up a dress from them, and it sold for over $50. So even this blouse I'm listing for, I think, $45. As you can see, we are definitely in the full cart club today. Of course, checking the put back rack, but I didn't find anything.
And that's a wrap. And I'm pretty excited because for most of that, I thought we were just going to have those 2 items and it was just going to be one of those days. But we ended up getting 11 items. I spent $59.50. I did have $14 in rewards points that I was able to spend from yesterday, which is great. And my daughter is also going to absolutely love those cat pajamas. So on a personal note, I was excited about those. After a tax, it was like $3.19 or something like that. But here's to day number 2. 2 days in a row, I came out with a full bag, full cart. So let's see if we can keep this rolling tomorrow. So don't forget to subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.